Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a researcher from University of Maribor, Slovenia. I will present today our biomaterial used for treatment of periodontal disease defects, which we named Peridocure. What are periodontal disease defects? Indeed, in normal cases, our gums look like this, and the tooth is nicely situated within the bone. But due to several factors, the gum infection may develop, which is named gingivitis, and the next step is gum disease, which we know like periodontal disease. The biggest problem is not for sure tooth loss coming from this disease, but many other systemic problems which are due to the blood flow at the place. So the people with this disease may develop heart disease, diabetes, even respiratory diseases, and so on. The numbers, statistics are very huge indeed. 90% of the people worldwide develop some form of this disease. And it's very costly disease. It's healthcare resources. It counts for up to 10% of the consumption of these resources indeed. And not only people, but also the pets are highly affected by this disease. And by age of 3, 80% of the dogs are affected with this disease, and also the cats. And also their systemic health is highly affected. So one of the modes of action is use of the membrane, the guided tissue regeneration membrane, which is indeed membrane positioned between the gum and the bone from the bottom. What is the function of this membrane? Is to make a barrier between two different tissues, because the cells from the gum can easily come to the bone part and make the defect type of the tissue. So not strong connection will be established between tooth and the bone which is surrounding. So there are already a few generations of this membrane. This is not new material indeed, but all of them come with some shortcomings. Some of them are were non-resorbable, meaning second surgery is needed. The second one bring another problems. So we are looking forward fourth generation, which is much more than the barrier itself. So our membrane, it's comprised of very cell-friendly biological materials. One of them is collagen derivative, which we know comprise most of our body. And important for surgeons is that material is easily handleable, cuttable, stretchable, and so on. These are very important features. Our material has very unique symmetric structure which support the regeneration function indeed. So from one side we make barrier towards the gum, from the other part we make nice scaffold which support the regeneration of the bone tissue from the bottom. We already did comprehensive analytic setup tools on this material. We make cell testing already. So benefits of this material for patients are for sure that is safe, and also this material is nicely degradable, meaning no second surgery is needed. Also support the mineralization, which is important future for in bone regeneration. For the producer is for sure this a very large market. It's easily processable, this membrane, and it's made of materials which are already regulated. So what we search for at the moment, we tend to make medical device from this material, meaning we need to comply with regulations. So we need to have clinical trials in order to come that far. Therefore, what we need are clinical trials where we need investment at this stage. So any questions from your side, please? Thank you.
You were saying that for the resorbable membranes, you have higher numbers of inflammation. How does your product perform in terms of infections, inflammations?
Okay, in vivo testing within the animal are not made up to now. We did only cell testing, so we cannot speak about this inflammation part at this moment. Yes, but because the material is made of a inflammous materials like gelatin, which is a derivative of the collagen, we do not expect such condition. Yes, material degrades in degradation rate can be tuned because we employ cross-linking chemistry, which can be used as a model to tune the degradation kinetic. In 2 months, we came up to 2 months of stability of the material. So material can degrade in more than 2 months on the way how we made it. But we can tune this even faster or make it more longer. Yeah.
Thanks.
Maybe then I have a question. You mentioned several times GTR.
Yes.
Is this something new or is it existing?
No, GTR is a good technology practice, meaning that is one regulation through which all materials which are used in medicine, also in pharmacy, need to comply with, meaning all material is developed in laboratory which comprise to particular standards. It's sort of standardization of the material to secure its safeness to be used in such a material. Yes.
You were talking about your investment. How much would you need for the next step?
Yes, that depends in which hospital these trials will be made, I guess. So I cannot say about exact number at this point.
Roughly?
Briefly.
In hundreds of thousands, in millions?
Yes, as a researcher, really hardly to say at this point. Yes, it really depends how extensive will be, how many, I really cannot say.
And if you have the money, how long will it take for the next step?
I don't think more than half year, maybe even less.
Okay.
That
Thank you.
depends again of the hospital.
So the trials have not been conceptualized yet. They have not been designed yet.
In animal, no.
And in humans?
In humans, even
less. Yeah,
even
yeah.
less, for sure. It's cell testing until now.
So you need funding to design the trials, to
Yes.
set them up, and then to do the trials.
Of course, yes. We
Yeah.
need first this regulatory affair company which deals with this part to tell us what exactly step by step we need to do.
Mhm.
And after to perform the same. The nice things with this material is not only about the periodontal treatment. When we extract the tooth, even if we don't put any material, it's very likely that wrong type of bone occur. So implanting in that side is can be very problematic. So also for after tooth extraction, such barrier membrane will be very useful to make exact hard bone at the site before putting the implant on the place. Yes.
Thank you, Celestina.